Hi, week 5 from lockdown land, and I hope you're all very safe and very well and very much at home. So what's your local letting agent been up to this week? The calls have been completed, tick. 250 hours later, 89% of your tenants have actually said they're very confident in paying their rental. Great. So what does this mean in real terms? Well, we're looking at every week we get together as a team. Or we did when we were all in the office, and we would discuss various things which would relate and affect everybody. One of those items was that the accounts team would announce how many landlords had been paid on time. So we were normally looking at around about 99.1, 99.2, 99.7, get the drift. We're looking at now 96%, so a differential. And what are we dealing with there? We're actually putting, I've mentioned payment plans in place, and we're writing very much as sort of like an addendum to the contract as to how long that payment plan is going to be in place, what needs to be paid by when. So everything is written down, everything is agreed. Interestingly, one of the biggest questions we've had over the last 2 weeks is, I'm a bit worried about universal credit. So we did a short film on applying for universal credit, really to help people out. So hopefully that does move things along. So what else is going on in our office? Well, at the moment we've got around about 12 checkouts that they've had to be postponed. And we've got around about 16 people ready to move in. So that's going to be a really interesting day. But to be honest, demand in property has not changed in any way. People are still interested in looking to rent. So we're thinking, come the day that lockdown ends, there's going to be quite an interesting bundle to go and get the right property. So what have we done about that? Well, to stop the bundle and stop the fighting, we're getting agreements in principle together, subject to the fact that the property is going to be viewed. So we're really finding out who are the real motivated people so that we can get the viewing sorted and get them moved into your empty property. And what has the government been up to? Well, the Ministry of Housing and Local Development has at last been able to put all the information about this situation into one area. If you just Google guidance for landlords and tenants, you'll find everything that we've been talking about, but it's actually all in one place now. This week, the Chancellor announced that over 140,000 companies had applied for the furlough scheme, which equates to over 1 million people being paid 80% of their salaries, which is very good news, and that should be happening by the end of this week. So what have the pundits been saying? Well, we're still on house prices reducing by 13 to 16.5%. But we've also got the added context that they believe to get out of this situation, it's going to take about 5 years based on the last couple of recessions. So not a great way to end the weekly update. So I'd like to end it by saying thank you so much to our landlords. You are a really good and decent bunch of people. You have made our job a lot easier. And working together, you have compromised, you have come up with some lovely ideas. So on behalf of the team, I'd like to thank you and look forward to catching up with you next week.